There is something undeniably different about you. You've always felt it, haven't you? The way people look at you, the way they whisper when they think you're not paying attention. You step into a room and suddenly everything shifts. Some admire you, some fear you, and some resent you, often without even knowing why. But here's the truth. They see something in you that you sometimes fail to recognize in yourself. They see power, a power that is not of this world, a power that was given to you by God. And now, the world can't stop talking about it. It started long before you even noticed. There was always something about you that made people react in unusual ways. Some gravitated toward you, sensing your wisdom, your depth, your strength. Others pulled away, intimidated by the light you carried, though they'd never admit it. You weren't always aware of it, but make no mistake. People have always known that there's something about you, and now they're talking about it more than ever. God has placed something extraordinary inside of you, something rare. People can feel it when they're near you. They don't just see you, they experience you. Your energy is powerful, undeniable. It lingers in their minds long after you've left the room. You don't just exist, you make an impact. That's why they talk. Some whisper about how strong you are, how wise you are, how you always seem to know things before they happen. Others gossip out of jealousy, trying to convince themselves that you're not as special as they know you are. But here's the truth. Whether they love you or hate you, they can't ignore you. Have you ever wondered why people react so strongly to you? Why they either cling to you or try to push you away? It's because you carry something divine. Your wisdom confuses them. Your intuition is too sharp, too precise, almost supernatural. People wonder how you always seem to be 10 steps ahead, how you navigate life with an inner knowing that others don't possess. And the reason is simple. You are guided by God. His voice whispers in your ear, revealing things that others are blind to. You are not ordinary. You never were. But with great power comes great resistance. The more people recognize your strength, the more some will try to test it. They will challenge you, provoke you, hoping to see you break. They will spread rumors, twist your words, question your motives, not because you've done anything wrong, but because your presence makes them uneasy. Darkness is always uncomfortable in the presence of light, and you, chosen one, shine too brightly to be ignored. You may not always hear the conversations, but believe this: people are speaking your name in rooms you've never stepped into. Some are speaking of your kindness, your wisdom, your resilience. Others are fabricating lies, hoping to tarnish your image. But whether they speak well or ill of you, the fact remains the same. They are talking about you because they recognize your power. There are people watching you right now, observing your every move. They want to see what you'll do next, how you'll handle your challenges, how you'll rise after every setback. Some are hoping you'll succeed because they believe in you. Others are hoping you'll fail because your greatness makes them insecure. But here's what you must understand. None of their opinions matter. They do not define you. Their words have no power over you. Only God's words matter. And God has already spoken. He has set you apart. He has chosen you. And no amount of gossip or opposition can change that. So let them talk. Let them speculate. Let them doubt you. It does not matter. The only thing that matters is that you know who you are. You are chosen. You are powerful. You are unstoppable. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, they cannot take away what God has placed within you. So stand firm, walk boldly, move forward with confidence, because their words are just confirmation of what you already know. You were never meant to be ordinary. You were always destined to be extraordinary. And now, the world is finally starting to see it. You may not always hear the whispers, but you can feel them. When you walk into a room, when you speak, when you make a decision, people take notice. There's an energy about you, something different, something powerful, They see it even when you don't. They feel it even if they don't understand it. And now they can't stop talking about it. Whether out of admiration or envy, your name is in conversations you've never been a part of, and your presence lingers in the minds of those who cross your path. This has always been your reality, hasn't it? Even when you were younger, people treated you differently. Some were drawn to you, looking for guidance, reassurance, or just the comfort of your presence. Others kept their distance, unable to explain why you made them uncomfortable. Some pretended to support you while secretly hoping for your downfall. But through it all, one thing remained constant. No one could ignore you. That's because you were never meant to blend in. You were never meant to be ordinary. You were set apart, chosen, given a light that shines too brightly for the world to overlook. Now, more than ever, that light is becoming undeniable. The more you grow, the stronger you become, the more your presence disrupts the world around you. People see you evolving, stepping into your power, realizing who you truly are. And it terrifies them. It shakes them to their core. Because when someone like you steps into their divine purpose, the world cannot remain the same. Your energy is shifting things, breaking cycles, exposing lies, revealing truths. You are a force of nature, and they don't know how to handle it. That's why they talk. Some are in awe of your strength, inspired by your resilience, moved by your wisdom. They whisper about how you always seem to know things before they happen, how you navigate challenges with a calmness they don't understand. They see your connection with God, the way you move with divine purpose, and they wonder, how does someone like you exist? How can you be so certain, so unshaken, so powerful? They don't realize that it's not by your own strength, but by the strength of the one who chose you. But not everyone is speaking from a place of admiration. There are those who talk about you with bitterness, with jealousy, with fear. They spread rumors, twist your words, try to discredit you. They want to convince themselves and others that you're not as special as they know you are. Because if they can't reach your level, they'll try to pull you down to theirs. They see your growth, your transformation, and instead of celebrating it, they resent it. Your power reminds them of everything they lack, everything they've ignored in themselves. Do not be discouraged by their words. Do not let their opinions shake you. When people speak about you, it is only confirmation of what you already know. You are different, you are powerful, and you are walking in your divine calling. Their words do not define you. Their opinions do not determine your destiny. Only God's voice matters, and He has already spoken. He has already called you His own. The more they talk, the more they reveal their own fears, their own insecurities. They don't understand you, and that terrifies them. They can't predict your next move. They can't figure out how you keep rising despite the odds stacked against you. They can't comprehend why no matter what they say, no matter what obstacles come your way, you continue to move forward. That's because your power doesn't come from them. It doesn't come from this world. It comes from God. And that is something they can never take away. This is not the time to shrink back. This is not the time to silence yourself. This is the time to step even deeper into who you are. Let them talk. Let them question. Let them wonder. Because the truth is, they are witnessing something they have never seen before. They are watching the rise of a chosen one. They are witnessing the unfolding of a divine plan, a destiny that cannot be stopped. You were never meant to live in the shadows. You were never meant to hide your light. You were born to stand out. You were born to lead. You were born to show the world what it looks like to walk in divine purpose. And no amount of gossip, no amount of doubt, no amount of opposition can change that. So hold your head high, walk with confidence, move with authority, because the world is watching, and whether they admit it or not, they know they are in the presence of someone extraordinary. and that is why they cannot stop talking about you. Now that you understand the weight of your presence, the question is, how will you respond? Will you let their words define you, or will you walk in the truth of who you are? Because whether you like it or not, the world has already decided that you are someone worth watching, someone worth discussing. And when God chooses someone for a divine purpose, their name will always carry power, even in rooms they've never stepped into. You see, the whispers, the conversations, the attention, it's all part of the journey. Every chosen one has faced it. Look at the great leaders, the visionaries, the prophets. They were all talked about. Some were praised, others were criticized, but none were ignored. That is the reality of those who carry a divine calling. You are no different. You were chosen to stand out, to be set apart, to shift the very atmosphere around you, and that kind of power does not go unnoticed. But here's what you must remember. Their words cannot touch you unless you let them. Their opinions cannot limit you unless you believe them. It does not matter what they say. It only matters what God has spoken over your life. And He has already declared victory over you. He has already set your path. No rumor, no gossip, no attempt to discredit you can stop what has been divinely orchestrated. Do you understand the magnitude of that? Do you realize how unstoppable you truly are? The enemy knows it. That's why he's trying so hard to distract you. That's why he's using people to talk, to plant seeds of doubt, to make you second-guess yourself. But you must not fall for it. You must not allow yourself to be consumed by the noise. Because the moment you start questioning your worth, the moment you start seeking validation from the world, you begin to step out of alignment with God's plan. Instead, use their words as fuel. Let their doubt push you to go even further. Let their fear of your power remind you of just how great that power truly is. If they're talking, it means they see something in you, something they can't ignore, something they can't control. And that should not discourage you. It should empower you, because the truth is, they're not just talking about you. They're watching you. They're studying you. They're waiting to see what you'll do next. So what will you do? Will you let their words shake you, or will you rise even higher? Will you dim your light to make others comfortable, or will you shine even brighter? Because the more you grow, the more they will talk. The more you step into your calling, the more resistance you will face. That is the cost of being chosen. That is the weight of carrying divine power. But do not be afraid. Do not waver. God did not choose you for nothing. He did not give you this power without a purpose. You were not called to blend in. You were called to transform. You were not anointed to remain silent. You were anointed to lead. So let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them misunderstand you. None of it matters, because at the end of the day, their words will fade, but God's promise over your life will stand forever. This is your confirmation. You do not need to explain yourself. You do not need to seek approval. Keep walking, keep growing, keep evolving. Because the very people who talk about you today will one day have no choice but to acknowledge the power that has always been within you. And when that day comes, you will not need to prove anything. The evidence of God's favor on your life will speak for itself. So stand tall, chosen one. Move with confidence. Embrace your destiny. Because the world is watching, and no matter what they say, deep down, they already know you are unstoppable. And remember this, your journey is not for them to understand. Many will try to analyze your power, dissect your confidence, and question your blessings. They will ask, why them? Why do they keep rising? How do they keep overcoming? But they will never truly understand, because they were not given your vision. They were not assigned your battles. What they see as mystery is simply God's divine hand over your life. Their confusion is proof that you are operating in a realm they cannot comprehend. Let them question. Let them wonder. Your only job is to keep walking in your purpose, knowing that God has already secured your path.